Hey, welcome back to Trek on the Tube. This is yet again another Star Trek review and Easter eggs video. Today we're talking about Star Trek Lower Decks Season 2, Episode 4, Mugato Gumato. I think that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. Yes, if you have seen the conversation I had over on the Starfleet Boy channel, then you already know this is one of my favorite Lower Decks episodes ever. I mean, Season 1's standout for me was Episode 7, Much Ado About Boimler, which featured clever, intriguing, and perfect additions to the Star Trek lore, such as Division 14 and The Farm, and this episode, although completely different thematically, satisfied me just as much with the return of the infamous Magutus. The Tendi and Ta'ana stuff, just to get it out of the way first, was really fun. Although it was pretty obvious to me that it was the Doctor herself that was the last name on that list. But that didn't make it in any way a bad B-plot, and the whole thing did ultimately help Tendi grow a little. You know, by the end of the episode, she is indeed more assertive, even if she doesn't know quite where or when to place that assertion. I also feel like her relationship with Dr. Ta'ana is slowly developing, and I'd like to see where that goes. I imagine a Crusher-Nurse Ogawa type of friendship, personally. I think that'd be nice. The small detail I do think was somewhat useless in the episode was that one con artist slash scammer slash horn customer that tried to get away with a Starfleet shuttle. Like, it's cool to expand the lore of Star Trek with pointless yet very realistic details now and then. These are the things that make the universe more believable and makes it feel lived in, but I just think Freeman and the Cerritos shouldn't have been the ones being scammed. I feel like the Cerritos crew is barely competent enough as it is. A lot of the show's jokes are made at their expense, so to have them be this easily fooled yet again was probably not the best of ideas. Have this thing happen to another ship, you know, and the Cerritos helps them. That way we still expand the lore, but manage to save at least some of the Cerritos' honor. Nevertheless, this tertiary subplot did deliver some great lines like, "I don't have any horns," and it was the lowest tractor factor, so as I said, even if it could easily have been removed, it didn't disrupt or derail the episode, or lower the episode's overall quality. And now on to the Gamutos, because I never thought we'd ever see a single one again in Star Trek, and yet here we are. There's a whole nature program happening before our very eyes. Look, everything about this story was executed to perfection. Did we need a Clamato sex scene? Maybe not. Did we need a third Kakapo enjoying that very sex scene? Also maybe not. But the way the back and forth between Rutherford and Boimler was written and performed made the whole thing worth it. Those flatly delivered, matter-of-fact comments were just so good. As were basically all of the other jokes. The intense conspiracy theory bartender, the constant mispronunciation of the name Naruto, the contrast between Shax being the quintessential Disney jungle explorer with the away team very stoically walking behind him, the over-the-top last outpost Ferengi with the whips and the attitude, the goddamn Kirk bamboo cannon that actually turns out to just be a holoprojector with a PowerPoint presentation all loaded up and ready to go. Come on, it's all so good. And then all of this comedy was perfectly blended with a strong message about being environmentally engaged. Because yeah, the conclusion to this troubling and touching story about captive and exploited animals was handled without combat or phaser fire. It was with negotiations, and a genius business proposition that not only paid off the board game setup from earlier in the episode, but also took advantage of established Ferengi character traits within the franchise. Such a clever conclusion by the writers. I mean, the only thing one could really ask for at this point would be new, innovative, never-seen-before technology, but I'll admit, that's a ridiculously tall order. Oh wait, there's this! A new, innovative, never-seen-before piece of technology that fits right into the universe. Hot damn! Shit's amazing. Anyway, to finish this off, bringing back the tomatoes was an amazing idea, and it was so well executed. The animation was as exceptional as usual, and the lighting was eye-catchingly great, especially in those jungle moments. The music was captivating, the voice work was flawless. What more is there to say? It was an all-around great episode of Star Trek. Actually, you know what? Even the whole Mariner being Starfleet Black Ops, so Section 31, and then her eating Shax, even that was was very well handled. Because even if not for a second did I actually think she was Section 31, still the misunderstanding concerning her aggressive behavior towards Shax and the staging of it all did create some very solid intrigue. Much like the season 1 episode we mentioned earlier, Much Ado About Boimler, conceptually we're dealing with people misunderstanding or misinterpreting situations, and in both these episodes, unlike in Veritas, it works because all the clues and indications of the truth were already there before our eyes. We were just reading into it the wrong way. Alright, that's enough. Enough with the thoughts and opinions, because if I don't stop now, then I'll go on for like another hour about how we got a newer, more, I suppose, fragile or more vulnerable side to Mariner, and that was very nice to see. Also, where the hell is Kayshawn? I mean, I miss him already, and did you notice how unamused Shax was with the negotiations at the end? And am I the only person that got mad Jurassic Park 2 vibes from this? As well as the Disney animated Tarzan? Okay, I liked it. I loved it. Easter eggs and references. It is time. And we begin with the Denobulans from the beginning of the episode. The first and only time we saw members of that species outside these two were in Enterprise with Phlox and one of his wives. These guys, as we said earlier, are Saputos. One of them was featured in the original series, and in that very episode, the name Mugato was mispronounced multiple times. Also, as the story goes, they were originally meant to be called Gumato, but DeForest Kelley couldn't pronounce it, so it was changed in the script. Kabutops it became. Boimler himself gets pretty meta about all that and mentions in the episode itself that it's fun how inconsistent it all is. This officer is a Kzinti, another feline species that was first featured in the animated series. I am very surprised to see this one on screen, because the Kzinti are actually a species that did not originate from Star Trek. They're actually from another work from a science fiction writer that used them in the animated series episode he wrote. From what I understand, there are, difficulties when it comes to rights and who's holding the right to this, so maybe they had to pay a little extra to get them in the episode. I don't know. Anyway, the only other mention of these guys in canon up until now has been in Picard. I don't think we need to go over the Ferengi and their whips and all of that yet again. We already did that in an early season 1 video. This is Ambojitsu, an alien martial art first seen in the Next Generation, already previously demonstrated as being quite violent and dangerous. Maybe Boimler could have taken some lessons from Riker. He perhaps would have been able to kick Mariner's ass. This bamboo PowerPoint bazooka looks a lot like the one Kirk built in the original series episode Arena. This is Tellarite blood, and it's purple, and that was previously established in Discovery. I don't think we'd seen Tellarite blood before then. This is Ferengi blood, and it's yellow, and it hasn't been yellow before. So that's a legitimate mistake on Lower Decks' part, which is the first one they've made. I'm absolutely blown away by this. Apparently, there's like a single cell in the Ferengi blood structure that when extracted is yellow, like that single cell, and if you're only extracting those, then it does come out yellow. That's maybe what they were referencing with this. But the blood itself has always been red, so shame. Gilling. No, I'm kidding. Come on. Finally, we hear mention of Section 31 and Starfleet Black Ops, as well as the Dominion War, Tuvok, and the Maquis, which are all undercover-related things from both Deep Space Nine and Voyager. And that's all of it. That's it. Easter eggs, references, thoughts, opinions, everything was very to the point. And I'm trying to get this video out quick because I'm trying to get back on schedule. That's right, all of my reviews are supposed to come out on Tuesdays, like the following Tuesday after the episode is released. So technically, this is kind of late, but hopefully it isn't. I don't know when I'm going to release it at the time of me filming this. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. You're the best. Like, subscribe, share. It helps out the channel. Please consider subscribing. If you're not subscribed, please tell your friend over there. That's right, the one sitting just there. Tell him to subscribe, or her, or them, or whatever. Everyone subscribe. A big thank you to the channel patrons. And as usual, live long and prosper.